Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Road Show. My name is Dan. I'll be your host for the next few minutes. And today we're talking about cruise ship casinos. Do they rob you? I don't know. Let's dig into it a little bit. Now, what we're going to talk about is a little bit of research I've done, a lot more personal experience on the cruise ships. I've been on several cruise ships. I like to cruise, me and my wife. And what I can tell you is that while it would appear that the cruise ship casinos don't seem to pay back as much as they take. I mean, that could be said about any casino, really. But the reality is that what they have on you is time. Because see, time in the seat is how casinos make money. That's how Las Vegas was designed. The longer you stay in that seat, the more likely it is that you are to lose money. That's just gambling, the way it is and the way it always has been. And the neat, that trying to use the correct words. Remember, I go off. I have no script, so I'm trying to make sure that I give you guys the best information that I can. Now, is it always going to be correct? Well, I'm no scientist. I'm not a technician, but it's from personal experience. You take it as you will, but most of it's pretty decent. Most of it's easily verifiable. A little bit of homework and research. Anyway, back to the story. So, what they have is time, as I've said already. But here's the way it is. So you're on a cruise ship, and these cruise ships put the casinos strategically in a certain spot, so that you have to go through them to get to certain spots. And then they got you always eyeballing the machines. Machines are gone. It's like, I'm going to come back and play later. I'm going to come back and play later. And then you walk through, throw some 20s in, boom, 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 boom. And like, damn, I didn't hit nothing. These machines must be super tight. You leave, go off, do other things, and you might come back the same day and say, I'm going to try it again. I'm going to try it again. And then put it in. And like, these machines suck. They're way too tight. They're not giving any money back. This is not the way it works. Well, they actually, if you look this up, they actually use the Nevada gaming rules. They all kind of signed a universal agreement. I don't know if it's signed, but adapted is probably a better word. They've adapted the Nevada gaming regulations, and there is a minimum that they could set, and the max. There's really not a maximum of what they could set for RTP, but they are there to make money. That is their biggest profit center. But again, I've had luck there. I know people that have had luck on the ships. I've seen people win good. Like visually, you see them win very, very well on these ships. So yes, you can win. You can do very well on the ships. But again, what they have on you is time. If you're a very disciplined player, you can go in and you can win like you would on the land-based casino. However, they have time. Again, you're stuck on a ship. And if you're a gambler, it's like being stuck in a casino. You're going to go back. And you're going to go back. And you're going to go back. And you're personal experience. I just got off a cruise ship a few days ago. And that's exactly what we did. We were there every single day. I don't typically go to a casino every single day. Now, if you keep throwing a ball, eventually, have balls thrown at you. Eventually, one's going to hit you. Well, that's what happens. You're going to get caught sooner or later. That's what gambling, the house edge, that's what it's about. You can dodge and dig and whatnot, but you're going to get pinched. What level you're going to get pinched? Well, and is it going to hurt when you do get pinched? That's up to you. Everybody has their own level of hurt. So, play responsibly, please. But the ship casinos can be a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun there. Again, do not play with money you cannot afford to lose. And always Insert money into the machine. Do not just charge it to your room. That's more dangerous than going to an ATM. At least at an ATM, you have to pull out money. You see it. You visually have to pull it out of your pocket and put it in the machine. If you charge it to your room, you don't see it. You don't feel it. It doesn't feel real. It's more like credits on a video game until you leave the cruise ship and then you go settle up. And next thing you know, you're into it for several $1,000s going, what just happened? How is that even possible? Because you charge to your room 4 or 5 times every session instead of getting off your booty and going over to the machine and getting money, or bringing cash, going to the bill breaker, splitting it up, and allowing yourself basically an allowance per day. That's the best way to do it. This is the way we do it. You have an allowance per day. If you win money, you can play more if you choose, but you can only lose so much. That's a difficult discipline. It takes time, but you can do it. I can promise you, you can do it, and it works great. Works spectacularly. In fact, that's really what you want to strive for as a gambler. You want to be able to play with the money that you have, the money within your means. You really want to target that discipline. And it takes time, and it's aggravating, and it's frustrating, especially when you go in and you have a putrid time at the machines, and they just beat you up. And you're like, well, I'm only here, it's only been 45 minutes or half an hour, and I'm already broke. Leave. It's that simple. If you stay just because, I just got here, you're in trouble. That's the discipline, and that's what it takes. That's what it takes to be successful. You have to be disciplined. And again, on the cruise ships, they got you. They got you by time. So you really have to apply that discipline. Other than that, they're the same. Same games, same setups. You don't see as big of jackpots on a cruise ship. That part I can't speak to as to why. I'd love to say that they're hitting that much, that they keep resetting. I'd love to say that. I can't speak to it. I haven't seen it. I haven't heard of anybody doing it. Of course, people have won. You search on YouTube, but if you're going to find that. But I haven't seen it or heard for it. I don't know why they're so small. I guess we could research that and come back to that at a later date. But maybe just not as many people go through it as on a land base, so that's what they need to do. I guess. And that's a guess. Again, I just said I guess. So, that's what I got for you today, is to sum it all up. Land-based, land-based. See, I always go back to land-based. The cruise ship casinos, they are not rigged. Just they have the benefit of time. So, I would say go there, have fun. Budget is the key, more so than at any other time when you're gambling. And have fun. That's the main thing. Have fun and only play with money you can lose, and you cannot lose. That's for sure. All right. Well, thanks for giving me some of your time. Hit that like button and subscribe. I've got better stuff, I promise you. I got some stuff coming. I'm just still working out the kinks. My tongue's still fresh. This is a new channel. All right. Thank you. Bye.